I lost my grandpa 9 days ago. I think I've been compartmentalizing a lot and I've been keeping myself busy a lot. I've also been feeling a lot of guilt with feeling sad because I feel guilty for not making more of an effort to see him or my grandma prior to his passing. I feel like I shouldn't be sad because I didn't put in that effort before he passed. Anytime I start to feel sad, I think about my dad and what he's going through, and I think about my aunties and my uncles and my grandma, and I just kind of suppress my sadness. Tomorrow is his funeral, so tomorrow we will be laying him down to rest. I know this is a weird way to start a video, but I needed to mention what was going on because I needed to explain why I felt this sudden urge to create this video. I have OCD, not in the traditional sense that most people know. Yes, I have my OCD tendencies, and I've worked really, really hard to make my life more manageable, not be so in the black and white. But one thing that has always been constant in my life is when something detrimental, something traumatic, something happens in my life, I try to do what I can to control the other things around me. I think that the reason that I'm feeling this sudden urge to let's do a July monthly reset is because I'm feeling this lack of control with my grandpa's passing. As the eldest daughter, I'm usually the fixer. I'm saying this because that's where I feel this lack of control. I don't know how to make my emotions feel stable right now because it comes in waves for me. I am able to keep myself busy with the kids, with content creation, with me almost starting work. And then all of a sudden, like I just remember that he's passed and I just think about him. But then I think about my dad. I can't think about losing a parent. I don't know, I just feel like this sense of like I need some sort of structure, something to help me get my footing. So here we are. But let's get started. I don't even know how to proceed, but let's talk about things that I have planned for this month. And to be honest, guys, my July isn't going to start until the 3rd of July because tomorrow, like I said, we're putting him to rest. Who knows, my July might not even start until August. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about professional goals. If you're new here, hello, my name is Natalie. Maybe I should have said that somewhere at the beginning. But if you're not, you probably know that I've been trying to grow this channel for a very long time. And I finally hit 1,000 subscribers last month. So we have one official monetization requirement met. Now the next one is to get the watch hours requirement. As of today, I think I have 205 watch hours on my channel. So one of the professional goals that I have is to get 50 watch hours per week. And that shouldn't be too hard as long as I'm able to upload one long form video per week. We will see how I do this month, but if I do that, I will have at least 200 extra watch hours by the end of the month. Staying on the YouTube goals, I want to make sure that I upload shorts as well because that is what helped my channel grow the most. I just haven't really felt my creative juices flowing as much as usual, but I would like to do at least 3 shorts per week. Also with YouTube, I was watching back my birth story and then another video that I filmed where I just really was like, girl, you really need to up your quality, especially with audio. I know that I'm always filming when my washer and dryer are going, but today I actually stopped at the dryer and I'm hoping that you guys haven't had any noise interruptions because I do care and I do hope that you can hear me and see me clearly. I also have a mic that I was gifted for Christmas by Ricardo that I haven't used, so that would be really helpful. So my goal is to improve my videos going forward, maybe after this one, I don't know. And then lastly, like I mentioned earlier, I am starting a new job next week. because this is such a big transition for my family, because we haven't talked about it yet, but I already returned to work. I returned to work for 1 day and then I quit my job because it was just too much too soon for my family. Basically, once I quit that job, I realized the requirements for the job that I want have changed now that I have my 2 babies, and I was able to find that. So I'm hoping that I should tell you what the goal is. So the goal is just to take it day by day at my new job, which means that yes, there's going to be obstacles that show up with me going back to work after being a stay-at-home mom since August. But I don't want to feel like I have to quit right away like I did with the previous job. I want to try to make this work for my family, and I know that we can. I just need to try a little bit harder. So that's the last professional goal that I have for July. I've been back in the gym since I was almost 5 weeks postpartum. I've also started tracking macros again, and we will talk about that in another video, but I've been seeing a lot of improvements and a lot of on scale and off the scale victories, and I want to continue to pursue that, continue to pursue those strength goals at the gym and just overall health goals. So these are going to be pretty simple. I feel like I've always gone after the same things, but I'm going to mention them anyway. If you're also a mom trying to stay active but not trying to burn yourself out, and then also taking care of your family. So my goals include getting 140 grams of protein per day minimum. I want to be able to go to the gym at least 3 times a week, and then be intentional about getting cardio 3 times a week for 30 minutes. At the same time, I also want to make sure that I'm hitting 7,500 steps per day minimum. I want to drink more water per usual. I think I almost only drink 2 of these, and if I don't go to the gym, I barely get through 1 of these. So I want to make sure that I drink a lot more water. And with that being said, I do take creatine, and I'm also taking a gut supplement. So I want to make sure that on my off days, I don't forget to take my creatine and my gut supplement. And then with that, I also want to make sure I start taking my daily vitamins. I guess one of the biggest things that I did want to focus on this month is focusing on strengthening my core, because I mentioned this in a video that's going to come out soon, but I'm seeing lots of improvements in my body with the weightlifting and with the training that I'm doing. However, I don't feel like I'm seeing the same progress in my core strength, and that's a given because I don't train my core as much as I would like to. So this month, when I'm not in the gym, I want to make sure I do a little circuit of core strengthening, postpartum safe core strengthening that isn't going to cause more ab separation. So that is going to be one of my biggest focuses outside of the gym. I also have that I want to make sure I prioritize my sleep, but I feel like I always do that. It's kind of hard when you have an infant and a toddler, but just know that for the majority of the week, I am trying to get at least 6 hours of sleep per night. As you guys know, my strength and increasing my strength with compound movements is very important to me. So these are the numbers that I'm going to be trying to hit by the end of the month. I want to hit 160 single for my dead. I want to hit a 60-pound single for my bench. I want to hit 115 double for my squat, and then a 45-pound double for my overhead press. Those I think are reasonable numbers based off of how I've been training and how my training has been going and just how my strength has been progressing. But I'm hoping that I can maybe make a August monthly reset and update you guys and tell you whether I hit those numbers or not. But I feel pretty confident that I'll be getting those numbers or more. The first thing that I have on here is to be more intentional with date nights. Ricardo and I are still in the phase after having a baby where we're never really guaranteed a date night. Sometimes we're able to schedule a babysitter ahead of time, but a lot of the times it's just kind of spontaneous, so we don't have time to plan anything. There's been a couple of times that we've had movie nights here at home, but I want to be like more cute and detailed about it. You know, I want to get our favorite snacks and have a movie already picked out before we sit down, because because usually when we do that, we don't even know what we're gonna watch. So I just want to be more intentional with that because I want him to know that our relationship is important to me, and I do want to put in more time to taking care of ourselves and our relationship and to pour into our relationship, even if that means doing it from home. The next one is I just want to play more with Jude. Basically, I've been saying that it's been harder to play with Jude just because of the season of life that she's in and the season of life that I'm in, where I feel like I might be going through postpartum rage, and then she's 2.5, so she's really pushing boundaries. So I don't feel like we play as much as we used to. We used to play all the time. That's literally all that we did. But now I just don't feel like I don't really want to play, but I just want to get that urge to play with her again and just to be able to bond with her like we did before. We'll see how that goes. With that being said, I also want to make sure I take my kids outside more. I think it'll do all of us really good. I recently had a summer barbecue with my friends and their kids, and Jude had so much fun. I had so much fun, and I just noticed like we were all just a lot happier to get some sun. However, it gets super hot, and with nap times and wake windows, it's been really hard to find a time that works for everybody to go outside. Also, Jonah doesn't like the infant car seat, so the one that would go on our stroller. So I don't know, I haven't done the baby carrier yet, but maybe that would be the solution. I don't know though, we'll see. Maybe I have to wait a little bit longer for him to be a little bit more willing to spend time outside, because he is not as outgoing as Jude is, but the intention is there. Maybe I just take Jude out, we'll see. Next is talking with my friends more, just seeing my friends more. Most of my friends, we usually always have a lot going on, so we're very understanding with each other's schedules, but I always feel recharged when I see my friends. So I want to make sure that I do at least one friend date outside of the house, one friend date inside the house, and then maybe 2 phone calls a month. I think that's pretty doable. You guys know, like, sometimes with adult friendships, your schedules just don't line up, but I really want to see my friends more, and I feel like I need some girl time for sure. Lastly would be my relationship with my family members, and I just basically want to spend more time with them as well. I want to go to dinner with my mom because I like to take her to places that she's never been to. It would be really nice for it to be like just us girls, like me, my mom, and my 2 sisters, but I think that would be really hard to schedule. I'm hoping I can at least take my mom out though, because the last time that her and I went out by ourselves was when the Barbie movie came out, and that seems like it was so long ago, and we had so much fun. So, and then also now I feel like my mom and I we talk all of the time, but with the kids we don't get to talk the way that we used to without interruptions basically. So I miss my mom in that sense. And then another one that I have is for Father's Day, I actually gifted my dad one of those books that helps you write out their story, and I think he's supposed to fill it out, but I kind of want to fill it out with him because I think it'll be a good opportunity for me to get to know him in a different way. I feel like our relationship is a lot different this time, and I don't know that I know him very well, so I think it would be a good opportunity for me to get to know him if I fill out the book with him. Obviously, I don't know how good I'm gonna be at actually doing these things because it already feels like I don't have time, and I don't want to speak that out into the universe, but I just really need to learn how to make time for these special moments to be able to connect, because it's also good for me and it's good for my mental health to have and nourish those relationships. And then I just have a category that says things I want to do this month, and I only have 3 things on here. One of them is to find a therapist. My therapist has been on maternity leave. I've tried 2 different therapists and I can't get appointments with them, and they were all referred to me by her. So I'm gonna keep looking, and if not, I'm just gonna have to wait until she's back from maternity leave because she's amazing, and I personally didn't want to switch therapists, but at the same time I don't want to have like a codependent relationship with her because she's been the only therapist that I've seen for years. So I'm gonna keep looking, and then we'll see what happens with that. Another thing is I want to schedule a dentist appointment. I had to cancel my last one because I thought that I lost my insurance for dental care when I lost my job, but turns out Ricardo had also put me on his dental plan, so I have insurance, and I've been having some pains here and there, so I just want to make sure everything's okay. And lastly, I've suddenly gotten the urge to to want to read again. So I have the second 𝗿𝗄𝗃 book. I've had it for a long time. I think I read the first one a year ago, so I don't even remember most of the characters' names. But I do want to start reading again. We will see. And then a big one that I did not put on here is I want to consume less and produce more content. And I think that will show for itself depending on how much content you guys get from me. Okay, so I think I finished talking about everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a different type of video. I know it's very minimal editing, but I wanted to try to be a little bit more clear and to the point because Ricardo says I talk too much. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this July monthly reset. I am feeling better just to be able to talk to you guys. Tomorrow I will take it hour by hour, and then from there I will take it day by day. But thank you so much if you watched all the way to the end of this video. I love you guys so much. I hope you're staying fearless, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!